Told him. I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Hold on. Let me make sure. Sure. Okay, you gotta come back. Wait a minute. Don't manage.
How long is it going to take? 1 hour again?
Oh God. Public. Oh, it is letting us do it public. Okay. Hopefully it pops up.
Yep.
Go. Go.
Yep.
Hopefully it pops up.
I see it. But
Oh, I think it lets me do something. Here you go. Take it with you. Thank you. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down on the Tiddy Pow Wow.
it's going down. It's going down.
It's going down. It's going. It's going
On a Tiddy
down,
Tuesday.
It's going up on a Tiddy Tuesday, but it's still going down. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's going up on a Tuesday. Yeah.
What's going on, friend?
Shoot, you know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what I'm scared of. What you scared of?
I ain't never scared.
I ain't never scared. I told him.
Listen, Alexa, play Bone Crusher. I ain't never scared.
Please. Girl, say it too loud. It really would come on over here and they'll shut our whole live down.
You hear me?
If
you scared, go to church. Ain't that what they say?
If you scared, go to church. That's what my mama say.
Yeah. Word to Kimberly Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, it is a Tiddy Tuesday. We are live, and it's going down with your girl, Bernica Joan.
And Quisha Denise, the building.
And we have a good topic today.
Yes.
That we want to discuss with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't y'all grab y'all little libations?
What are you afraid of?
Girl.
Quit being scary.
Yep. Conversation tonight. Title is Quit Being Scary.
Yep. We're going to discuss the dichotomy of being scary, you know, as in being Punky Brewster, scary movie, and being scary in people have a reason to be afraid of you. Okay? Quit being scary. You know what I'm saying?
Quit being scared of life. Quit being scared of life, because what's going to happen is what's going to happen.
Man, can't change nothing. You know, I tell my clients all the time, fear does not change outcomes. Worrying does not change outcomes. It doesn't matter what goes on. Fear and worry do not change outcomes.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, that's just a certain place that you have to get, like peaceful place that you have to get in life.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can't even worry about it. What do they say? They say it's anxiety is the fear of the future, like being anxious of what's gonna happen. And
depression is being worried about the past.
That part.
Worried about the past and worried about the future.
Yep. So I know that a lot of people in this world suffer with anxiety in different ways for different reasons.
And fear,
yeah, but that's something that you got to kind of push through, work through, to have peace in your life, you know?
Yeah. It's debilitating sometimes for some people. Mm-hmm. You know, I know people that can't even go into regular jobs just because they have so much anxiety and fear and worry about being in places with other people, you know? Mm-hmm. But I'm like, something bad can happen to you while you not around nobody. Yeah. You know?
Well, and I just feel like post-COVID too, a lot of people are just really afraid of certain things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even with all these mass shootings, and you know, like I said, that was my mother's friend that was killed in Kroger, so I ain't gonna front. You know what I'm saying? Like after that happened, I was looking over my shoulder, going out down aisle to aisle in Kroger because it hit very close to home. That was
I
her friend's
remember.
sister. So
Hmm.
yeah, it hit close to home. So I'm like, you really not safe anywhere, but you really can't live in fear because
Mm-mm.
you gotta live. You gotta
But I
make
think we all had fear at that time because we was at like high racial tensions anyway.
hmm
And then when that happened, because I remember going in Kroger and a dude had a gun on his hip, a white dude, and I just walked straight back out the store. And he was probably just licensed to carry, wasn't even gonna bother nobody, but it was just seeing like a white man at that time with a gun on his hip in the store made me feel very nervous. So, that's just how we experience vicarious trauma, from the events that we kind of witness or hear about through the news and stuff like that evoke fear. And the reality is, nothing happened in that Kroger the day I walked out. You know what I'm saying? So,
But ain't it funny though how it's not funny, but it's ironic how white people used to be or what we are. You know what I'm saying? I guess we all scared of each other. You know what I'm saying? How they might see like on that movie Crash. Remember
mhm,
when Sandra Bullock was in there and she walked past the black guy and she clutched her purse a little closer. And I'm like, well, it's funny because now, when we see certain looking white people, they look a little suspicious. Sometimes, yeah. Because I mean, let's keep it all the way real. A lot of the mass shootings that happen are by white people. So and those are like just random acts. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So you just never know when and where, but you really can't live in fear. So, that's what we discussing tonight. And,
Hmm.
you'll be able to give your expertise as a therapist on, different ways that people can deal with that, work through it.
Go.
We also going to discuss, I guess, different types of fear. One of those being fear of success. We can start with that.
Hmm. And
Um,
even thinking about that, like, why are people scared?
well, I think people are scared too of change or being pushed out of their comfort zone.
Hmm.
Um,
I would say most people fear success. It ain't really that they scared to be successful. I
scared to
think they
fail.
scared of failing. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So starting something or challenging yourself to do something that you're not sure about what's on the other side of it is scary to some people. And then
mm-hmm,
to some other people, it excites them.
mm-hmm, yeah. I think it can depend also on where you are in your life, like imposter syndrome. Which
Hmm.
imposter syndrome is the condition of feeling anxious and not experiencing success internally, despite being high performing in external objective ways. This condition often results in people feeling like a fraud or a phony and doubting their abilities. So I know
Hmm.
that's like a really big one.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
And most of us have experienced that at different times,
Yes.
or I think some of that is tied to worthiness too. Like if you feel like you're worthy of the success that you're getting, or you feel like you deserving of it. But
Mm-hmm.
some people, they may not feel like they're deserving of success that they are deserving of, but they fear it because they think in some people's mind there's this looming thing of like something bad is going to happen. When
Mm-hmm.
things are going good, something bad is going to happen. And the
Mm-hmm.
reality is bad things happen whether it's going good or not. Like that just comes with life being life, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, and even if it's going good, you know what I'm saying? Life is gonna do what it do. I love that video of Lauren London when she's like, you just gotta flow with the river. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Hmm.
flow with the river because life's gonna do what it's gonna do. And it might be good, you know what I'm saying? It might be at a plateau, but then it might go down and then it might go up. So it's like
Hmm.
you really have to make sure that you're in a good place, or know how to cope with however, life twists and turns on you.
Hmm.
But
And even coping with your fears.
mhm.
Like how do you resolve that in order for you to get through to the next thing?
Yep. Yep. Well, it's definitely having faith. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your faith is, uh, just believing that, you're strong enough to get through it and whatever God puts in your path, that He's not going to put more on you than what you can handle. Even if you feel like, this is big, this is bigger than me, this is a big one. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
literally just being able to know yourself and know how to what you need to handle it, what your coping skills are, what resources you need, and just being strong in your faith.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
I mean, I would say that faith, that's probably the thing that has carried me through everything that I've been through. Everything that I've been through, I felt like there was something like that God was involved in some type of way, and that He was not going to leave me, or forsake me. And that's because I grew up learning that, He would never leave you or forsake you. So faith has been a big part of my life, whether I'm in church, out of church, or anything. I still believe that God got me, or whatever I go through, I will be able to overcome, through whatever, like some miraculous thing is going to happen and I'm going to be okay. And it does happen. I
All
think
the
it's
time.
also what you believe, how you let fear run your life. If you give into your fears and just believe that you can't make it, it's like whatever you believe becomes your reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
seen a post last week and it said, I shared it and it said, like I'm always praying, or I'm always talking to God or something. And it's so funny because I used to think about my mama, and she used to like thank Jehovah for everything. You know what I'm saying? Thank God for everything in her life, and every little thing. See, it was Jehovah right there. And just pray all the time. And now I totally get it, because I swear she taught that to me. Like, you can't, things that are bigger than you, things that you don't understand, like you have to pray your way through it, because of course, and work towards whatever it is that you need to do, make whatever appropriate steps that you can, or try your hardest to get through it. But always pray, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, God's going to see to it, and He's going to give you strength beyond measure, strength beyond, your own capabilities, or your own, what is it? The strength beyond what is normal. You know what I'm saying? What you even think that you stronger than, what you thought you could overcome. I swear, man, it is really, really real, because I promise you, what LaKim say, what didn't kill me could only help build me.
Yep.
I love it.
Only made me stronger. I say thanks for the favor.
Man,
Like,
thank you. Thank you. Next.
next. And
Yeah.
I think that's one thing even I teach when I'm helping people overcome fear, is that, I want people to believe that you the incredible hope. When it's going down, things come your way. Like, I feel like I'm the incredible hope. Like, I get in my mind, I get 10 times bigger, I get 100 times stronger. Like,
King
whatever
Kong
it is.
ain't got nothing on me.
Girl, wait till my dog start tripping on me, act like he won't fight me. I'll be like, hold on, bro.
Girl, he punked you.
I won't
Girl, he
kill a
punked
dog
you.
with my fingers out here. You better quit playing with me now.
He
But
punked you with that little
he
snarl.
do not punk me.
With his little underbite. He be
Girl.
punking you. He shows him little gnarly teeth.
Girl, I'll be ready to pop him in his mouth like you did that cat.
What's his name? Right. Listen, I ain't never scared of no cat either.
I ain't scared of no cat either.
Oh my God. Plus, just a side note, y'all. Y'all didn't know, we are in a Saturn retrograde right now, so just beware. Be on guard.
Anything can happen. That's why you can't never be scared.
That's why you can't never be scared, because you never know what situations will arise, Usher. But you got to be smart about it, and you just got to realize that, things is gonna happen, and just be ready, be on point.
Be on point.
It's gonna go down, but yeah, just be prepared. Y'all keep your eyes open. It's a Saturn retrograde, so it's all kind of weird shit in the atmosphere, in the hemisphere, in the universe.
Exactly. But I think when it comes to fear, like there's rational fear and there's irrational fear. Like, there are certain things that it's rational to be afraid of. If you see a snake or something, like you see something coming towards you that you don't. It's okay to be afraid. I think what I know for me is not with animals or little rodents, any of that kind of stuff. But when it comes to like things scaring me, whatever it is, if it's something I want to do, or if it's something, even if I feel threatened physically, like I'm just one of them people, I'm going to run toward whatever it is that is making me feel that way, because I have to get that energy off of me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So whatever it is, be ready for me too. Like, that's how I feel about being afraid. Like, I could be scared. Look, be scary or be scary. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that part. Or and more of like, I guess for me, it's more of like even a challenge too, depending on what it
Yeah.
is. Like even when like Kiara's training me right now, like weight training me, and this is just a whole different world. But even like with certain things, I'll be looking, I'll be like, Lord, if she put another 45 on it, they ain't gonna wait. You know what I'm saying? But for me, the challenge of being able to conquer it is
Mhm.
what makes me want to go toward and push through. Like, and
Mhm.
if I don't do it, then I'll back off. You know what I'm saying?
It's
But
fight or flight,
yeah, exactly.
and you
Fight or
want
flight.
to
But
fight through.
I'm at least gonna like go in all in head first and try to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then just like being scared and be like, nah, I can't do it. Like I'm not, I'm gonna sit that one out. No, that's
I
just not
mean,
me.
if you can't, if you think you can't, you won't. That's just
Exactly. And
that's
that's the
just
thing, you never will. And I think that's the thing, even when it comes to success. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll never know what you can do. You never know what you'll achieve if you don't try it. And like she said, Aaliyah, if you can't dust yourself out, try again. And that's just what it is. A lot of times, Ming Lee, she's a influencer on Instagram. And I remember she was saying that she, when she first like finished her school and moved to Atlanta, she's from Detroit. She moved to Atlanta. She was in a different city, and she went to like, I think she said she went to like 49 salons to try to get hired on, or she went to 48 salons, and the 49th one gave her, you know what I'm saying, a job. And
and
then that's
most people would
literally,
have gave up at like 3 or 4,
yes, and that's
like
where
soon
she
as they got
literally
that
blew up.
rejection.
Yes, and,
Mhm.
and that salon is where she literally blew up and like really started getting her clientele, building herself, making her name, and then she was able to leave there and get her own salon, and she's like popping, got one of the highest like uh traffic, you know what I'm saying, income salons in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? She don't even do her anymore. She's not even behind the counter. She's just, you know, she's her brand, you know what I'm saying? And she's
Mhm.
down there killing it. But that really like just inspired me from her, because here it is, a girl going to a whole different city that she's brand new. And she literally was like, I would go out and give out like 200, you know, business cards a day to people, you know what I'm saying? Just passing them out. And that was just like really inspirational to me, because she definitely wasn't scared. She was just down there getting it.
But I think fear of rejection keeps a lot of people from, having what they want, because if you feel like you can't handle rejection, you're not going to be successful, because sometimes you're going to get rejected.
What's up,
You see,
Kitty?
she said you got through it, you killing it. But
Yeah. But you killed me with
with
them
her,
legs today.
right. 40, 49 and 48 salons turn, most people would have not made it through after that. They don't give up on their dream or
They
whatever.
wouldn't have
But
made it after
that's a lot.
10.
It's people that can't get denied 5 jobs and keep looking for a job. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because it's like the rejection makes them think that everybody's going to reject them, but there's always going to be that one opportunity.
Yes. Well, that's
There's
one
always
thing
going to be
too.
somebody that see you
Oh
and you
yeah.
see
And
yourself.
even with like social media and like putting yourself out there, like I know that's one thing that I definitely want to do better about, is like posting and just like putting myself out there, you know what I'm saying, as far as my own brand and, you know, what I do. But
Mhm.
I always tell people too, like, yeah, if you post your stuff, like, yeah, you might only get a couple of shares, you might get a couple of likes, but at the end of the day, they see you. And it might be that one person that likes it or that shares it, that might get 3 people, you know what I'm saying, to come
They
in. And
share, yeah, and then
yeah,
all of a sudden, 100 more people off their page share. You just never know how people go viral.
yes,
Most
yes,
people are when they go viral, they're not expecting that they're about to go viral.
yes, yes, literally. Yep, that's true though. Yep, yep, yep. But that's one thing. Like, and in this world, like, I just feel like it's just a different time, especially with social media. I know that's one thing that I definitely need to work on. I need a class, and that's like I got somebody I do need to reach out to as far as like content creating and like navigating social media, because I feel like that's the part that I'm a little ignorant in, um, the technical part of it. But it's so easy to like just really put yourself out there and get in certain places and certain doors with social media. You know what I'm saying? And just not being afraid to look stupid, to be, you know, yourself, to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do that. And that's just like breaking out of your shell and cutting through some insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize I muted.
Yeah.
But you have to remove all fear if you want something bad enough. I mean, I don't think that when I focus on when I want success or I don't focus on what could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You have to focus on what can go right.
Yes.
Because that's where people mess up. But they like, well, what if they don't like me? Or what if they don't like this? Or what if they don't share this? It don't matter. Like you gotta believe in yourself so hard and so strong that it doesn't matter what nobody else thinking. Eventually they're gonna come around.
Period. I love that post that says I don't go into a room wondering if they'll like me. I go into a room wondering if I'm gonna like them.
Yeah. No, real talk. I never walk into no room caring if they
Girl, because I walk
like
right
me.
back out.
I don't even see nobody. What was it 42 Doug? Who was that? Said, I know they have seen me, but I don't see a soul. I don't see them. I see what I want to do in that moment and in that night, or what kind of fun I want to have. Or like if you, have people stand be in a club, being all insecure, standing around, scared to dance.
Girl, listen, honey, and that when we went out a couple of weeks ago, and listen, we was the party. All eyes on us. It wasn't even a thought. But which was funny is because literally me and Key walked in there 2 weeks before and walked right back out just because it wasn't what it was. It wasn't giving. Lord. I think Quisha got technical difficulties. Let's hope that we can get her back on her. Let's see, y'all. Thanks, Key. You're gonna do the thing tomorrow too. Yeah, I guess it's just me. Quisha has left the building. Trying to make sure. I think she done disconnected.
Girl.
Here we are. Girl, I'm just talking to myself.
When I stood up to do something earlier, and I took the computer off the charger, and then I wasn't paying attention to the little signals it gives you. So
you're doing wonderful.
Yeah, that's me every day. Something beautiful happens that makes me check myself.
It's all good because we back. We live.
What was we talking about? We was talking about look, Keith saying what you snacking on. She's trying to see if you following that regimen over y'all.
You said I could have gummy bears. Where's it at?
I'm supposed to be following.
You said I could have gummy bears. Where's it at?
I'm supposed to be following.
You said I could have gummy bears. Where's it at? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I felt like it was. Was that your phone?
Yeah, my other phone.
Okay. I thought I had something up over here. But yeah, when what we talking about? Going to the club, having fun.
Literally having fun.
Who you want to be in the room? Yeah.
And that's why I say you never know. Like literally went to that club, walked through there, whack, attack. 2 weeks later, we went back in there, had a ball. So you never know. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like going to knock on a door, posting something, not getting no shares, and then the very next week posting it, or a couple days later posting it. And
it gets whatever it gets.
And the people that's supposed to see it, the people that's supposed to see you, the people that's supposed to support you, they'll see you. And the ones that ain't for you, they're not for you.
Yes, because I absolutely love. I posted it on my Instagram, but Tiana Taylor was talking about like the people who the people who connect with you. They're gonna feel you. They're gonna see you. They're gonna those are your people. Mm-hmm. Worrying about who don't see you. That's why I'm gonna tell you, don't nothing make me more annoyed when people are always posting about who's not supporting them, who's not doing this. And I'm like, why are you focused on who's not? Mm-hmm. Focus on who is.
Those aren't your people.
They're not your people. They're haters. No.
They're nobodies. No,
they're nobodies.
They're nothing.
But they are nothing. They are nothing to your situation. That doesn't mean that they're nothing. They're their own people. They have their value in their own right. But they're nothing to what you got going on. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's one of the things that people get so hyper focused on because you're worried about who's not being
But
there
like you
for
said,
you.
fear of rejection
Fear of
in more
rejection.
ways than one. And that moves on to our other
Reject me,
top,
my nose
our
lead to
other,
my yeses.
you said what?
I said, reject me, my nose lead to my yeses.
Yes.
I heard.
But that leads to our next part of fear of love.
Or
Sprinkle,
abandonment.
sprinkle.
Fear of,
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
or
No.
fear of abandonment. Sprinkle, sprinkle,
All of
sprinkle,
that.
sprinkle.
Yeah. All of that.
But who is that? Was that Janae Echo? She said, what are you afraid of?
Yeah.
Who's that? Is that her?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What song is that?
Or like Ty Dolla $ign said, why you second guessing? You gonna miss out on your blessing. That part.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fear of love. You're gonna miss out on something wonderful, something that could be so beautiful, because we live in a world, back to our whooping up conversation, like, the past couple weeks we had with the great Jason Barker. We talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
But people are afraid of love. People have been broken. People have been in toxic situations. People have seen their parents or other people, in their love situations, and people are scared to love and be vulnerable. And you're missing out on, or the illusion of options has people missing out on genuine connections. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in this world, it's not really easy to have a genuine connection. You can have a hookup. You can have a connection with somebody.
But it's different when you actually connect to somebody.
Yes.
Connect in ways.
Yes.
Sip, sip, sprinkle, sprinkle.
Yeah. Listen, sprinkle. It's all good though. Like I say, I guess that's a part of being emotionally immature. And like he say, relationships for our mature adults. And that also goes with emotional maturity. So,
Yeah. And that and fear ties into, like even when fear of abandonment, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm a person who, and this is me, Lord knows I don't even feel like being a therapist right now, but when you think about the cognitive behavioral triangle, which is my thoughts lead to my feelings, lead to my behaviors. If I am with somebody and I'm worried about them leaving me, right? Because maybe there's a negative belief that I have that I'm not worthy to be loved, right? So I think they're gonna leave me. I start to feel like I'm gonna be left. Mm-hmm. And then I start to behave like I'm already left. And essentially I get left, not because I was gonna get left anyway, but because my negative thinking about the situation led to a certain type of reality that was like my thinking influenced my feelings, which influenced my behaviors. Yeah. And now
self-sabotage.
I basically got left, or I basically lost what I thought I was going to have, essentially because I didn't think I could have it to begin with. That's why that's why even when we talk about manifestation, yes, there is God who is, that you attribute your life to God, because nobody knows the day or the hour, how long we're gonna be here, how much time we got, none of that, and none of that's in our control. Whether people be like, I was friends with somebody who was in the medical field, so I'm out here saving lives and blah blah blah, and I was like, no, I mean, you being used as a vessel to save lives, but you're not saving lives, because even if you do all that you can, pumping on somebody's chest, making sure that they can breathe or whatever, they're not guaranteed to start breathing just because you're pumping hard as you can on their chest. Like, we don't determine who gets to live and who gets to die. So it's like, if you know that you don't know when, why would you let your life just, like, let fear ruin opportunity, fear ruin good relationships? And I think that our thinking, we have to believe that we can have what we want. Like, in my mind, I don't care what people say about what decisions you made in the past, where you've been at, how you went through life or experienced certain things. You can have whatever you believe that you can have. Yes. And other people's negative beliefs about self and their fears, you can't take that on. I believe I can have a good man. I could believe I can have a good life, a good career, and I can do it all simultaneously and wipe me down. Like, that is removing.
And watch me work.
Exactly. And watch me work, because I work for it, and I'm going to keep on working for what I want. But if you believe that you can't have those things, then there you go. Self-sabotaging beliefs, limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging behaviors.
You know, I always got a Joni's Gems. I
I
guess it's
know.
gonna be it's gonna be a Bill Davis gym, my granddaddy. But he used to
Hmm.
always say, tell my mama chicken, shoot for the stars, even if you don't never get there.
Hmm.
Shoot for the stars. And you know, you're gonna end up somewhere. So
Hey, and at the end of the day, believe that the stars is wherever you are.
and that's it, girl. Because I
The
am a star.
stars is
It's
wherever
so
I are.
funny though, because my mama wrote a song. This guy, a musician she was dating back in the day, and the song she wrote was called "A Star in the Ghetto." The song she wrote was called "A Star in the Ghetto." But it
Yeah,
is like we are stars. Like there's millions of stars in the sky. Everybody shines bright. And literally, Crystal, our yoga teacher, was talking about that, like shining bright the other day. And it's so true. Like you are a light. You are going to shine bright, and everybody shines just in a different way. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Some shine brighter than others, but you got to believe that it literally starts within you. And
And
then
and
that,
where you from don't have to be the outcome.
yes,
I say you can
and
start off
you,
in the ghetto and end up in the galaxy. It is what
yeah.
it is.
Well, and even with Crystal, like I love, like that's why I tell people so much about yoga, and I'm so glad you came a couple weeks ago
I
because
had a
little
ball too. I loved it. I want to
because
go back every
she
time.
really is a light. And when
Motivator.
I tell you she motivates people, she just being around her just makes you want to just believe in yourself. The words that she, you know, that she's speaking life into you as we, you know, pushing through a real hard, you know, like she makes you believe
Physical
like,
challenge.
oh yeah, like you gonna be like you Hercules, like you just the Jolly Green Giant, like you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying, can really just do the workout just like she doing. We over here panting and out of breath.
Oh,
Uh,
girl. I
but
stopped
she
on y'all about
really,
2, 3 times. Y'all didn't see me.
girl, and that's what I love about it because you're so busy in your own mode pushing through. You're not worried about nobody else. And that's how you got to be in life. You can't worry about what everybody else is doing. You can't worry about you running your own race. You can't worry about who's doing the
None of
same
it.
thing in you and how farther they are ahead of you or what opportunities they got because everybody else's opportunities are
You
not for
can't
you.
worry because worrying don't change outcomes.
That
That's
part.
what I'm telling you. Even when I feel myself outside, if I take my dog for a walk at night or something, you know, I usually have something on me, a little weapon or something, just in case somebody want to try it.
A little butter
But
knife,
look, a little
little
sharper than
shank.
that, a little
Yeah,
sharper than that, a little sharper than that. I got these hands though. But
right.
anyway,
Listen, 5 fingers. That's all you need.
so y'all think they'll run up in with a gun? I'm gonna pop it out of your hand, bam. But I feel like in my mind, I think when I'm out there, fear, I don't even want people to like. I feel like fear is like a pheromone or something. Like people can smell fear, just like
Mhm.
dogs can smell fear on us. Like, and I
Girl,
feel like that's no different than people with predatory mentalities. And so they don't look for the strong, they don't look for the bold, the warrior. They look for
the
who's
vulnerable.
vulnerable, who's acting scared, who presents scared. So when I'm outside, I'll just be like, man, they can run up, get done up.
Right.
Like that's in my mind. I want to believe that whatever come up upon me, then they just gonna have to deal with me. Like instead of, but if you think you got to deal with something else, if you're the person who is worried about having to deal with, I don't want to deal with no bad situation.
Mhm.
But being ready for whatever is a superpower.
Yeah.
You have to be like that.
Yeah. It's so funny because a couple years, well, I ain't gonna say a couple years, probably about 10 years ago, girl. You know, I walk I used to walk Shawnee Park like all the time. Now things are just so different, unpredictable. You just never know any time of day, anything can happen. But I remember I
Mhm.
was running the park,
That's what she
and on
just
that
said. Stuff can happen anywhere. Princess
girl,
Kamara. What's up, Kamara?
yeah. And on the
Hmm.
other side of the girl, on the other side of Shawnee Park, girl, literally what number God that had this girl riding through as I'm walking through, and literally the pit bull like ran past my leg and ran in front of me. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like so terrified. And he like ran up ahead and then stopped and turned around and looked straight at me, started coming for me. Girl, I jumped on the hood of her car, flipped over, and just jumped in her passenger seat. I'm like, I'm so sorry, baby. And she was like,
Hey,
it's
that's but
okay.
that
And like
but that's rational fear because you dealing with some animal who doesn't know you, who's
oh
not
yeah. Well,
yours.
in his
Like,
face, like he had that look in his eye, and literally, like he jumped up on her window, just slobber, just all on her window, like barking, like he was ready for something. But what's crazy to me is I'm like, I'm not even scared of nobody like attacking me. Like, I ain't scared of nobody coming and jumping out of a van, some men, and kidnapping me. Somebody trying to scrape me in the park. I'm not even scared of it because I feel like I could fight a person off, but a
Yep.
dog, like this, a pit bull that locks jaws.
Hey, hey, you gotta keep your arms up. You gotta keep your arms up like this. You gotta punch down, dog. Guess how you beat him up.
He will get stolen on too. But see, now
Hey,
that's
you gotta
why
hold your arms up so you can't grab it and bite it. So you gotta hold it like this
girl,
way.
he gonna get this
punch
action.
down.
Girl, he gonna get this. Where's my keys at? Damn, I left it in my car, but I had this little thing that my friend Heather gave me. Girl, he gonna get this right in his freaking eyeballs.
Girl, spray them everywhere.
Yeah, but that's the only thing. I think my only fear is like a pit bull attacking me. Anybody else can get it. Run up and get done up.
I think I'm more fearful of things I can't control, like even when we went on the Bella Louisville or whatever, I'd be like, man, what if it's go down like the Titanic? I don't know what's in the dirty Ohio River. Like those are the things that I think I fear more. And then being in dark spaces where I see men or see, like, I don't know, I'm on fight, but I don't want to be around. I don't want to be having to walk through. Girl, and it's weird because I felt more safe in the projects than I feel anywhere that I've ever lived. Like, I guess because you know everybody around you and stuff, but
that still don't make a difference. I think more now, I'm probably more scared of like cancer or sickness.
Yes, things you can't control.
Yeah, something that's beyond my control, something that I feel like there's nothing I can do to change the outcome of this, and I just gotta roll with it.
Yeah.
That's right. Stuff can happen anywhere, honey. It don't matter where you at. We see that every day. They might not highlight what goes on in the suburbs and in certain parts of Louisville, you know what I'm saying? As much as they do in the West End or downtown, but it happens everywhere.
I used to sit on my deck when I lived in the house. I used to look at the other houses around me, and because it almost had a bayou feel sitting back there because it was so dark. The only lights you could see was people's like porch lights or the back porch lights.
I remember.
And I used to sit out there and be like, I wonder what goes on in these houses. You know, like sometimes what's going on inside of a house is scarier than what's going on outside. So we got fear of being in certain environments when a lot of the things that happen inside of supposedly safe spaces.
Well, and especially when you realize too that, like, you know, you as a kid you worry about the monsters under your bed, but you never thought as you get older the monsters that might be laying in your bed, you know what I'm saying, or the monsters that you run into out, just on a regular encounter
that you might end up laying next to.
That's why I say the monsters laying in your bed, not the ones under your bed.
Yeah.
It's the people you attach yourself to, or the people that you get close to, the people that you trust. Yeah. That's the scary part of life. You know what I'm saying? But even with that, you can't
quit being scary.
Can't quit being scary. But you definitely have to be on guard. I think I used to be very I think maybe being raised Jehovah's Witness, you know what I'm saying, made me very trusting of people, or, thinking that people were all nice. You know what I'm saying? It's so cute. My friend said the other day, she was like, people aren't kind, and people aren't kind. You know what I'm saying? Like you might grow up thinking that people are, but they're really not. And you have to realize that you don't want to live in fear.
The same.
But like you said, yeah, you have to keep your guard up. People be like, why you look so mean? I ain't mean, I'm out of my business. Staying focused. That part, you got to.
Yep. What Kamara said, she said you have to keep your guard up. People be like, why you look so mean? I'm not mean. I'm minding my business and staying focused. Yep. Well, also, I don't owe you no howdy do's. Ain't what you say, friend? I don't owe you no howdy do's.
Another Bill Davis Jim. I don't owe you no howdy do's. I don't owe nobody.
When we were on the boat the other day, this man walked past and he said, he was like, he nudged me and he was like, smile. And I hate that because I'm like, I don't owe you a smile. Exactly. I don't even know you. Exactly. Like, I don't owe you anything, but it's like, because you want to see me smile, you want to tell me to smile because you want me to be endearing or look a certain way to you. Boy,
tell your mama to smile.
Man.
Is your baby mama smiling? Did you make her smile today? Did you make your wife smile?
Did you pay your child support? No, I'm just
right. Pay your child support and put a smile on your child's mother's face.
Look, Dana said, she said, what is going on in all the houses? I literally said this today. I promise you.
Well, you know that, what's that documentary? I think we covered it a while ago, but what was that? The American Next Door or something, the Next Door something. What was the name of that? About the man that killed his wife and his children.
Oh, what is the American something story?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to Google it. But I mean, literally,
I
that
think it's
is. I'm ready to Google
American. Was it? He was like a really nice guy. He presented very well,
it.
but he
Mhm.
ended up killing her and his kids, didn't he?
Girl, yeah, threw him down like a well. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then lied about it.
That is just now. That's a fear. Now that's a real. Somebody throwing you
But
down
there,
a well.
but there are people that operate like that a lot in real world. That's just one story that was highlighted.
You better make sure I die, because if I get up out of that well, it's a wrap for you and your whole family. No, I'm just like, look,
It was American Murder. American Murder, the
American
family next
Murder.
door. American
Family
Murder came out in
Next Door.
2020. If y'all ever see it, it's a good watch, but it's definitely a eye opener. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
it's situations like that happen every day. B like people like
Hey,
that literally you would never expect are at home torturing their wife, molesting their kids, raping their kids.
girl, they on your friends list. They're on your
Period.
they in your workspaces. You
They're
would be
your
surprised.
bankers. They're
They're
your
your
bankers.
bankers. They're your
They're your
tellers.
local Amazon delivery drivers.
You don't even know. They're your pastors.
Mm-hmm.
That's how serious it is. And we don't talk enough about that. But that's another conversation, another day. Um, but look, in all of the houses, unbelievable shit, and it's the truth. Like, you would be surprised. Hurt people hurt people.
Yep.
My granny always said, everybody don't keep house the same. Everybody ain't raised the same to keep house the same. That's the thing. So
Yep.
many people are raised in, you know, I can't get into the things that I definitely hear with clients on a real level, but if I could, I would tell y'all that I heard some of the worst stories of upbringing, and that's, to me, like a lot of issues where you just see very poor upbringing, abusive upbringing, that really a dude's upbringing can lead to him being abusive towards you, and you never done nothing to deserve it.
What's
And
I was gonna say? People are traumatized.
upbringing can lead to her being,
Yeah.
messed up towards everybody around her.
Yeah, I was gonna say people are traumatized out here, and you might not even have a clue because somebody presents well, or they're nice, or they, yeah, they present well, but people are literally traumatized out here.
Yeah,
That's why, yeah.
and
But
that's why
therapy is necessary.
Yes, it is. And if you got fear, you definitely go and remove it, please.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, there's legitimate fear, there's rational fear, there's irrational fear, but
Now,
it's a lot to be worried about, but also you can't worry because it ain't gonna change nothing.
no. Okay, now we're gonna talk about.
Dana said you try to respect family culture, but the things that are normalized are astounding. Do you hear me? Normalized. And that's a whole nother conversation.
It is normalized insanity, normalized trauma, normalized behaviors that just, yeah, everybody ain't raised the same. Yeah, so another topic, another subheading of this conversation, we got to talk about fear of conflict, fear of confrontation.
Punks in communication. That's really what it is. Really. Like, we do have to talk about that. And one thing I love about my own upbringing, no matter what I went through, my mother really taught me not to be scared to speak my mind or to say how I feel about something. And I think being dealing
Big
with
Joni too. Big Joni too.
Big Johnny, yes. Big Johnny and Lil Kim. Look.
Yeah, Big Johnny and Lil Kim.
Big
I
Kim.
love it.
Big Johnny and Lil Kim.
But seriously though,
Nah, larger than life. Lil Kim's larger than life. My mom was like it too, but I just feel like my mother doesn't care if you can whoop her. She doesn't care what you'll try to do to her. She gonna say whatever she gotta say about herself when it comes to her or what belongs to her. And I think that's really a mentality that I've definitely taken on, when it comes to how I feel about something. Now, some situations I may not address, not because I'm scared, but because I feel like they're not worth my time. The relationships are not worth salvaging. Like, it'd be like, you know what, I'm not even gonna, address that, because it's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's minuscule, because that person may not have that much of a
emotional intelligence
impact or or maybe my emotional availability about it ain't there. You know, like you may feel a way, but then be like, okay, whatever.
Well,
But
and sometimes there's certain people that if they don't even comprehend, like I say, that's the biggest thing in some type of conversations is comprehending. If you're not even comprehending where I'm coming from, then we can't even have a conversation because you can't even comprehend. And it's like talking to a brick wall.
and about my feelings, I'm not giving nobody no opportunity to gaslight me. So if I
That
tell
part.
you how I feel and you start trying to flip it, and
That part.
I know that that's gonna mess with my temper. So there's certain things that I probably would avoid, not because of being like a punk in communication, but because I don't want to be somebody that I don't like being just to address something if it's not that serious.
Well,
You know?
and when you know who you are, you know what I'm saying, you have to really realize the boundaries that you have and also what point will take you over to the other side.
You gotta know yourself.
And sometimes you just literally have to just like remove yourself, block and delete, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because some people just, you know, they can only understand from their level of comprehension. And I ain't got time to be explaining things to grown-ups. You know, why you had me messed up, why you messed up. Or if I do come to you because I care about you, those are really the only relationships that I do want to have a conversation about. Anybody else can just get the boot. But also, if it's like you said, if you gaslight or you don't
or if you show me that you
love
don't
me
care
enough
about
or
whatever
respect,
if you don't exactly, if you do
you don't
something
love me or respect me enough
disrespectful,
to even want to understand where I'm coming from,
then I'm not.
then yeah, I'm not doing it. Not at this
Well,
big age that we
sometimes what
are.
a person might have done may not have warrant you to. I don't gotta address it because you know what you did.
Exactly.
That's it. Like it's
That part
enough.
too.
And me knowing and you knowing is enough for me. I don't gotta do
Mm-hmm.
nothing else about it.
Yeah.
So that's but I think that comes with discernment, you know,
Yes.
what situations you exercise that in. But then also there are situations that do need to be addressed. That when something is disturbing you, something is bothering you, when you need something, I know I had a girl tell me, you know, not long ago, she was talking about another like therapist and was like she wasn't getting what she needed. And I told her, like, hey, like I don't down other therapists. I'd be like, look, talk to your therapist, tell her what you need, tell her what you need from her. Like maybe she's not, maybe what you think you need and what she thinks you need, it might be different. I need to get on the same page. Because some things just need to be said. And not only are you helping yourself in that moment, you're helping that person. Maybe they needed to learn a lesson, or maybe they needed to hear a hard truth about themselves, or whatever it is that they doing, you know. Like that's just what it is when it comes to certain situations. I think especially when it comes to your children, when it comes to like situations that involve parenting, like how people let secret feelings really manipulate everything that's going on. Like, you know, if your secret feelings are leading to you being a certain way, in a way that is harmful to you, your kids, your co-workers, your like whoever it is, like you then certain things need to be said. And that's where the voice, the vocal
Right.
has to like,
yeah,
it has to come out.
yeah. Pitch, tone, and modulation. But
Pitch,
also
tone,
even
and modulation.
yes. But also going back to discernment too, because I will say I know me being I ain't gonna blame it on being me Aries, but me being who I am, I'm very direct, and I think people take that as confrontation or as I'm coming at you when literally we are real big of an age. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like when you're an adult, you know what I'm saying, you should be able to have adult conversations. And when you have relationships, you need to be able to, whatever kind of relationship, whether it's family, put him out. Now, whether it's family, whether it's platonic, whether it's romantic, you should be able to express your feelings in a way that's respectful. Or I should be able to be direct with you. Like, I'm not beating around the bush for nobody. I'm not sugarcoating nobody, but I do know that you have to be direct with people. And there's a way to, what they say, you win more bees with honey, maybe coming just a little softer, you know, depending on who you're dealing with. But also let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if you are discussing something with somebody, you have to be able to get your point across and have a conversation without it leading to thinking that I'm trying to have a argument with you, or I'm trying to pick a fight with you, or I'm trying to have conflict with you, when it's literally just a conversation. You know what I'm saying? If people realize that some things was just conversations, it could end in a better situation. But
Yeah.
also, I think, it's people's heart being in the right place, and or just, where you are in your
you
life
gotta
at
be
that time
open
too.
to letting people say how they feel, whether you don't hear, whether you want, like,
Or whether you agree.
Kamara took the words out of my mouth. Right? People don't want to hear the truth.
The
Some
truth hurts.
people don't want to have certain conversations because they don't want to deal with the truth about themselves. And that is a shame related thing. Like sometimes people don't know how to handle like what somebody else has to say about them to them, and constructive criticism. Because some criticism is, some people are just trying to tear you down. But then some people are really trying to tell you the truth about yourself. And if you're a person that got a whole bunch of yes people around you, you used to people validating your BS, like it might be hard to have certain conversations because you don't want to hear that. Yeah, they confused. Look, Kamara said they confused. Yeah, but they confused about what's helpful and what's harmful. Some things need to be said to you, whether it's your partner that says it to you, like, oh, he trying to turn me down. Well, some people ain't trying to turn you down. Sometimes they trying to build you up, but they telling you about your behavior that's turning you down, or self-sabotaging, or messing with whatever situation is going on. Like if they don't tell you who, like we kind of live in a society, I think, that believes that no one's supposed to say anything to you. It's the who gonna check me, boo. Well, a couple people might, depending on what the situation is and how much they care. And that's the thing
But that's being humble and having humility and knowing that you're not always right, and that people might be observing and see things from a different point of view too.
Period.
And also when people like Amanda still saying, I be knowing. Sometimes when you know what you know, can't nobody gaslight you.
I know what I know.
Listen.
And I don't care.
Yeah, that part.
Because I know. And that's the thing is, there's a difference between somebody telling you what they know and somebody trying to hurt you with what they know about you. Some people are not trying to hurt you, but if you are a person who deals with shame, and what does shame make people do? It makes people withdraw. It makes people blame and attack. It makes people isolate and feel like they're being victimized. No, nobody's victimizing you by telling you that you was wrong for this or that.
And it's also about being teachable too. You know what I'm saying? Seeing things from a different lens. Some people be like, you can't tell me nothing. You're going to share something, or you're going to say something, and it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? But can't nobody tell you when it's false news or when it's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because.
And that's also discernment too. Like some people don't know what to believe. So anytime if somebody is telling you or going against what you saying is real, and you don't know what to believe. And and that's what I used to argue with people on Facebook and on news sites. Like I think I just needed to get that out of me or something. But I remember I used to, especially when it came to racial issues, I was just like going ham, and it would distract me from a whole day beefing with people that I didn't even know. And I realized when I was in a class in grad school, my teacher, Dr. Lambert, he said, you don't have to be they don't have to tell you right for you to be right. And I don't know what it is. It just alleviated me of feeling the need to prove myself or argue with people about anything. If I know I'm right.
And sometimes you have to go through certain things in life too for people to like let people be wrong about you. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a Bible verse. My mom used to always say, dang, what was it? It was basically saying, let you be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, let you be wrong. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay for people to be wrong about you.
We're all wrong sometimes.
Yes. But also when you think about who it's coming from, that's when you sometimes be like, you got it. You got it. It's all good. You got it. You right. I'm wrong.
Right.
You right.
Yep.
You right. 2 + 2 is 16. You're absolutely
you win.
Right. You win. You win. I promise you, I ain't got to win all the time no more. I'm good. I'm good. Because at the end of the day, it's all good. So
we ain't afraid to lose.
Girl, listen,
we ain't afraid to lose. That's why we win.
Yep.
But We had another topic for fear too, that we were talking
We
about.
had fear of loneliness.
Fear of loneliness. Ooh, that's
Yeah,
a
I
good
guess that
one.
went into a tied in with the whole love
Yeah, and
situation.
they're
But
tied into abandonment too. But I think fear of loneliness, like I do think it deserves its own little sector because I think that in your loneliness, in your time to yourself, you can get to know yourself. You can do things for yourself, with yourself, in a way that you wouldn't be able to do if you were, surrounded by people or obligated to situations or relationships or kids, whatever it is. Like, um, I know when my kids used to leave on the weekends, if I didn't have company or no friends come over, I used to hate being in the house by myself. Well, now I love it. I crash. I love the silence.
you
Being
can blast
alone.
the music up loud.
Man, being alone is a blessing sometimes because sometimes when you got a full life, you rarely get a moment alone. But I think also sometimes you need to be alone so that you can learn certain things about yourself that you wouldn't know if you were distracted by others and other things. You know?
Who was it?
Uh
Who sings that? Oh, Erica Badu. What she say? I'm good with me. What song is
yep,
that? Where she goes, I'm
I'm
good with me, and I
I'm good
love
with
it.
what's the
Man,
other words to it, friend?
I don't know, girl. Listen, I'm
I
over
know I
here.
should know. She's up here on my wall, but
Right, you the
I'm
Erica
good with
Badu.
me. Look, hold on. I'm good with me.
I'm gonna tell
I
you
don't
something.
know.
Thank God for Google.
Right. And you sure it's the word
Honey, is it honey? Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm good with me.
No, it ain't it. But I forgot what song it was. But she said, "Freak." It's gonna really like rag on my brain now. Trying to think about. It's all right. I'm gonna figure it out once we get off of her. But it's true though. Like my mama, she always talked about how she read a book when she was in her school. Some lady that was like her school instructor told her to read it, and I need to Google it, see if I can find it on Amazon or something. But it was called How to Be Your Own Best Friend, and that was a book that she always would tell people about and recommend to people because people really don't realize that like some of your best moments, like you really get to learn yourself in solitude and not be in a relationship, not always having to have a man, not always having to have a partner, not always having to be around people. Like solitude is really your best friend, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you really get in tune with yourself and learn what you like and what you dislike and all of that good stuff, going out to eat by yourself, going to the movies by yourself. Like it's a beautiful place to be when you can just enjoy your own company.
I definitely agree. So not being afraid to be lonely is a superpower,
Hmm.
honestly. Because
Yeah,
people
or being
who are
wrapped up
afraid
in
to
a
be alone end up in terrible situations sometimes
that
because they're
part.
afraid to be alone.
I was literally going to say it, being in a situationship or in an unfavorable situationship just to have companionship, just to have company. Crazy. And being in a
Hmm.
situation that you undervalue, where you dishonoring yourself, where you low vibrations, you know what I'm saying? Like dealing with stuff that just isn't best for you just because you want a warm
Yeah,
body at
and how
night.
important is it to be, connected to somebody that you would sacrifice literally your soul and the things
Mhm.
that you feel about yourself in the ways it's not that serious. But
No,
to
it's
some
not.
people, it is serious because of those abandonment issues we just discussed earlier.
Yeah, it's definitely a maturity thing, and
Hmm.
when you know better, you do better.
Uh-huh. And even it's what was it? That's why I love. Well, we're gonna have to talk about on the music section, on the music episode, but we gotta talk about Kiana Leday's album.
Well,
Uh,
next week is still June, and June is Black Music Month. So
mhm.
next week we will be discussing new black music, old black music. You know what I'm saying? That we just, that has really like made an impact in our life, that really resonates with us. Kiana Lede is one of them. She has a new album. Y'all need to go listen to it. The old
Grudges,
album,
Fire.
her first album, Kiki. Well, it ain't her first album, but Kiki, which was
It was
like
her
a
was
classic.
debut. It
Yeah.
was Kiki. I love that Kiki album from the front to the back. But
Rooted to
we're
the
gonna talk
Tuka.
about that. But no, I
And her
was
new
thinking
album,
that
Grudges, too.
how her music, she's you could tell that she addresses the etiology of her issues, like the beginning, the things that like have groomed her to feel certain ways, and when she talked about on same type about her father and how she continued to meet men who loved on her and then come up missing and all that kind of stuff. And I thought that was dope how she just made it all come together. But
big Aries energy.
Big Aries energy. So listen to Kiana Leday's album because we're gonna talk about it next week called
And we also gonna talk
Fire.
about Tiana Taylor, which today is her
Underrated.
The album, which is such an underrated album, but it's like
it is. She's underrated.
She is. First of all, she's absolutely beautiful. To me, she's the baddest in the game when it comes to style, when it comes to body, natural body, when it comes to just family, like her family dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Like she definitely keeps a family dynamic for her to be in the industry.
And her realness.
Love me some Tiana Taylor. But the album is such, it's such a feel-good album. It's front to back. Like she really killed it with that, and it's so underrated. She should have got a lot more awards for that. But I guess today was her 3-year anniversary of that album. So that's another album. Familiarize yourself with it if you haven't, because it's such a good album.
I know I'm about to put that on my wall next because I feel like she deserves a place on the wall.
And the art for that album. Like I just love the art. You know what I'm saying, on the cover of that album. It's such a good like visual. So yeah, you do need to put that up there. I might get that for you, friend. I'm gonna look for it.
All right, you gotta go to like Urban Outfitters or somewhere where they sell modern music. Electric Lady Lynn. Look at me putting it out there, so you know. I'll find it.
You'll never find blah 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 blah.
Right, but yeah, I think and just getting to a close, even on our discussion about fear. I think the only thing to be afraid of is being afraid. Like literally, I don't want to be afraid. I think being afraid is scary. I don't want to be afraid of love. I don't want to be afraid of conflict. Don't want to be afraid of abandonment. Don't want to be afraid of anything. Like, because fear is just something that changes. It messes with your chemicals in your brain.
It doesn't allow you to be your best self. It does not allow you to be your best self. It can hold you back from so many great opportunities. So, like I say, even if you fail, even if you go a different direction of what you thought that you were supposed to go in your life, you can't let fear hold you back. And that's something that I'm realizing, what I'm saying, in a later stage in my life that I wish I had known, in my teens and in my 20s. But when you know better, you do better, and literally just, using whatever resources and tools you need to be able to help you push through. Push through this thing called life. In the words
exactly.
Yeah. So that's our show for today.
I know. Who was it?
Who? Prince?
No, I'm up here remembering it, so I've got to do a music. Yes. If I fail, Whitney Houston. She's like, it's our
if I
forever.
Fail, if I
succeed. What is it? If I fail, if I succeed, at least.
Girl.
I forgot.
I should know, but yeah. Look up the lyrics.
At least I live as I believe. That's what it is.
No matter what they
take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because fear, being a coward, being a scaredy cat, that'll take away your dignity.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Well, and it also, you can't let other people's rejection, everybody else's insecurities, like project onto you and make you feel like you're not worthy, make you feel like,
and address your own too.
Yep. That's true. That's why therapy is necessary. Like, it really is.
We're gonna forever promote that.
Yes, we are. Because like Jason Marcus said, if somebody hasn't considered therapy, then that's somebody that you should definitely look twice at, in any relationship, because that means that they haven't really worked on themselves or looked at themselves outside of themselves.
Some people just haven't, they have a limited self-awareness if they've never been to therapy and they don't have any like spiritual foundation or nothing. They just limited in being able to see.
Yeah, well, it's necessary, especially in this world that we live in, because we've all been exposed to so much and we've all been through.
We all traumatized vicariously too. So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure we all got some little disorders around here from just all the stuff we've had to endure as Americans.
Yes, humans, but
generational trauma, historical trauma, you name it.
You can go on and on.
On.
It's your girl Bernica Joan with the Tiddy Pow Wow.
Quisha Denise.
And Quisha Denise. It's Tiddy Tuesdays, and we'll see y'all next week at a new time. What time next week?
What time? Hey,
Listen,
y'all.
y'all.
We
We be
gonna be
trying to get on
here.
here by 8:30, but it be so much going
8.
on in this real life that we live in.
Man, mamas, it's the Tiddy Pow Wow. We got kids hanging from our titties. It's just
Yes,
ridiculous.
honey. They want pizza and they want freaking
They
snacks and
want
strawberries.
attention. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. So
But probably
we'll
between
post
8:30
time
and 9 for sure.
8:45, 9 o'clock next week, Eastern Standard Time. We'll see y'all here on Tiddy Tuesdays with the Tiddy Pow Wow. Y'all have a wonderful
On the
night.
Tiddy Pow Wow block. Get
Yeah.
here.
Good evening.
Good night.
Bye.